Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about something completely different and really interesting. It's the most versatile drone that I have ever heard of or seen. It's the PowerVision PowerEgg X. And you might be wondering, okay, where's the drone at? That's the cool thing. This is a really versatile platform, and they call it the PowerEgg X because, of course, it looks like an egg, especially when you have the cover on it. I can't right now because I have this, but it looks like an egg, but it actually works in 3 different configurations. You can use it as a 4K AI camera, which is nice. Gimbal, stabilization, follow me mode, feeds out to a monitor, so it's really cool. Then it flies like a drone does because you attach the arms onto it, so you get the arms with propellers. You can fly it just like a drone, and then it even has a water-based mode where you can attach the pontoons onto the bottom of it, put the waterproof capsule on it, and you can land it in the water. So all of this in one really cool package called the PowerEgg X. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. But before we do, I want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's take a look at the PowerEgg X. The first thing I want to showcase is actually assembling the PowerEgg. Now you can see here I've already got the bottom cover off. It's got the cover for the gimbal to keep the camera from moving around. You have to take that off before flight, of course, but it's pretty easy to put it together actually. There's a button on each side. You just depress those with your fingers, pop it off. You can see on the inside I've got my SD card installed down there. Make sure you use one of those. It has some internal storage, but it's basically good for nothing. You're going to need more storage. The battery is super easy to install, has the button on top so you can check the battery level and see how much power you have. You just push it right in there. Easy peasy. Next thing you do is put the propeller arms on. Those are easy to install as well. There's a little notch. You just slide them right down, lock them into place, and then extend both of the flight arms for the propellers. Rinse and repeat on the opposite side, and then you'll have both of them installed so you're ready to fly once you get the rest of the drone assembled together. I was actually really impressed with how easy this was to put together. You pop the top back on, and then you also have the button on the top as well, so you can check the battery status at any time. It's got the 4-bar setup. Of course, each one is 25%, 25, 50, 75, 100. To start the drone, you press it once for a quick press for about a second. Then you press it and hold it down again. You'll watch the battery meter rise up to the 4th bar, and then you'll see the LED indicators come on. And if you have the protective cap removed off of the camera and the gimbal, then it will start to move around and calibrate itself as well to let you know that you're ready to fly. And then you turn the controller on. The controller takes about 30 seconds. It will have flashing LED indicators as well. Once it pairs up, it'll let you know it's ready to go, and then go ahead and connect your phone, which we'll talk about here in a minute, which is what allows you to see the camera display and control all the features and functions on the drone, other than just the flight sticks and the camera adjustments and stuff like that. All right, before we get ready to fly, you have to make sure you have the PowerVision Plus 2 app available on Android and iOS. I already have it available. You're going to have to install that. You have to register and set up your email to associate with the phone that you're going to be using to fly the drone with. Otherwise, you're going to get out here and plug it in, and it's just not going to turn on. All right, now that we've got the app and everything set up, we're ready to go. We'll plug in the cable, and it will automatically fire up the app, which is nice. Ta-da! Yes, always open. All right, so you can see here it says PowerEgg X, device connected. We'll access the device. We've got 3 different modes here: normal mode, rainproof mode, and water landing mode. We're going to go with normal mode right now. So once you get inside the app, everything it'll bring you to the screen, and it's basically kind of like a pre-flight checklist mode. It goes through and it tells you the compasses, the navigation system, make sure the gimbal's ready to go. Everything is normal, everything's ready to go. We are good to fly now, which is great. So hit the X button here. The first time you do it, it'll do a couple things, show you device connected. This over here shows you the attitude for the drone and direction. So you've got that, you've got the map icon up here, shows you we're connected to satellites, shows you what flight mode, shows you the signal strength with the controller, and then the battery percentage on the controller. Sorry, that's the battery percentage on the aircraft. And then the settings button is up there. Over here, you've got the camera controls, easy to use. You can toggle between photo and video. This is the shutter button for photo and video, and then you've got the camera settings and the media library to see what you've recorded. Now, one nice thing about this drone is it has automatic takeoff and landing. It's really nice because all you have to do is press the button right here, the up button for takeoff and landing. You've got the intelligent flight, which gives you the different modes for like the follow me mode, spotlight mode, all that cool stuff, and then intelligent return, so it will return back to where you took off from, which is really nice. And right here you can see you've got all the different information that you need for flying. You've got your horizontal distance from the aircraft, so how far away it is from you, vertical distance, horizontal speed for how fast you're flying horizontally, vertical speed for how fast you're flying or you're going up or down, height to ground, which is nice, and then your remaining flight time, it tells you how long you've got. And you're supposed to have about 30 minutes of flight time with this drone, which it's pretty good. If you're flying really aggressively, I don't think it lasts quite 30 minutes, but if you're doing a lot of hovering, a lot of easy flight stuff, not too much crazy, full throttle all the time, it'll last you for a while. And then you've got an obstacle display here as well. Okay, so it's telling us right now we're ready to go. We can't take off at the moment because the gimbal motors are locked in rotor state. It's saying that because the grass is holding the camera in place. So that's just one of the issues when you take off from the grass. And then also you'll end up getting these grass stains on your propellers as well whenever they hit the grass. So let's move our drone and go to an area where the grass is not touching the gimbal so we can take off. All we have to do is just hit this button right here. Swipe to the right and we're ready to take off, and whoop, there she goes, up in the air. Now, alright, so now we are up in the air and ready to start flying. It has a nice safe distance here whenever it's up off the ground. When you try to fly it and bring it down, it will automatically stop at this height. You will have to force it to go down lower, so you're always going to be covered like this. Now let's do some simple maneuvers. So to fly the drone, we use the left joystick for this rotates the drone so you can spin it around in circles. And it is also for our height adjustment, so we can go up, we can go down, we can go up, and we can go down again. The other joystick right here is what moves it. Now this is what allows us to fly back and forth and from side to side. So we'll press down, we'll go backwards. We can come back forwards again. And then we can do side to side. There we go. Easy peasy. One of the cool features about the PowerEgg X is it has 3 different ways in which it will return back to the GPS located area that it took off from. If it runs too low on battery, if you lose connection, or if you just push the button for the drone to return back to where it took off from. It's really nice because if it loses connection for a couple of seconds while you're flying it, it will go up to a safe altitude and it will fly over and it will land back where it's supposed to, and you don't have to worry about it. So it's one of those nice things where if you happen to lose connection, it's not just going to fly off into the middle of the wilderness and smash into a tree. It has an intelligent flight sensor set up and everything in it, so it will come back to where it's supposed to, and that's something that I wanted to go ahead and demonstrate here. I flew it up till it lost connection on the control, and the drone came back and returned safely. So this is something I've tested out quite a few times, and it's pretty darn accurate with regard to how close it is to the position that it took off from. So if you lose connection, worry not, it'll come back. This is what the PowerEgg X looks like when it's set up for water landing. So if you buy the package that has the 2 little pontoons that comes in it, you can land this in the water. You've also got the plastic capsule that the PowerEgg X goes in itself. But it's really nice because you can fly it and land it directly in the water, just like waterborne airplanes. It's really neat because if you want to fly this along the coastline, around the lake, anywhere where you might want to foreseeably land in the water to do recording or other activities. This works out really nice. You can see here it landed nice and softly in the water, and then once we get ready to take back off, ta-da! Super easy, takes right back off again, nothing to worry about, and then you can restore flight. But this will take some of the battery life out of the drone because, of course, it requires extra power to fly this way. All right, so one of the cool things about this drone is that there's a microphone set up between the camera or the phone that you're using to control it and the recording that's taking place on the drone. So unlike other drones where it's like you got to do your voiceovers and all those cool things after you get done, it picks up the audio straight from the phone or whatever device you're using. So that's really, really cool here. We're recording, this is in 4K 60, so it's nice that it's able to record that way. And now I'll go ahead and put it in follow me mode. When you're in follow me mode, you have to make sure it's at least 3 meters off the ground. So we'll go ahead and take it up a little bit higher there. And now we'll put it in follow me mode. Trace mode. There we go. And we'll hit play. So now I've got it set on follow me mode. We're at about 12 feet off the ground right now. But the cool thing is one, it's following me, and two, you're also getting the audio feedback. And we've probably got about 10 mile an hour wind gusts right now. It's a little on the windy side, maybe about 10, 12 mile an hour wind gusts. So while we're recording here, you can see that it's really nice, stable, level, all of those great things. And the cool thing is while you're using it in follow me mode, you can still adjust the height on it, and it doesn't stop. So I moved it up to about 20 feet, 25 feet off the ground, I think. And it's still following me. So pretty cool there. Now the other thing that we can do is we can change the AI mode here. It'll put it back in auto hover. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and do point of interest mode. The cool thing is it'll fly around in a circle around an area that we record, so I'll go ahead and put it right here by where I'm at. There we go. Now, point of interest mode. So now it's going to fly around in a circle around where we're at here. So it's really cool. It's a nice feature that they have on here. In the event that you want to record yourself while you're doing cool things, you can just pop it up in the air, set your point of interest, and you're good to go. So this is a really cool thing that it does. And you can see it circling, camera back around. Hello! So this is pretty fancy. I like this one a lot. The PowerEgg X has 5 different quick shot flight modes where you can do it as an AI flight feature, and this one is the spiral mode. It flies up in a spiral away from you and it still keeps recording while it's locked onto the target, which is nice. Unfortunately, none of these modes enable audio while it's doing it like it does with the normal flight recording, but they always come back to the same point of origin from where you started this QuickTime routine. This one is surrounding mode. It's just a quick one-time circle maintaining a constant height and speed all the way around whatever the position is that you want it to start the recording. And again, it loops right back around and goes to the original spot again. These are nice. They're great for quick little featurettes where you want to highlight something. This one is the fading away mode where it starts from a fixed point and it moves back and up at a constant speed. Like a nice little zoom out dramatic effect. It really is kind of neat, and this is one of my favorite ones. And then also we have the ellipse mode where this one starts at a certain height and it goes up and in a circle at the same time, and it kind of pans and goes back out and then comes back around again. So this is the 4th flight mode, and then the last flight mode is skyrocketing where it will start at a certain height and it goes straight up as it maintains a fixed position on whatever it's recording, and then it reaches a maximum height and then comes back down. Alright, so now we're using the PowerEgg X in AI camera mode. So you can see here, it's pretty neat. You still have to use a smartphone for the video monitor, but you can use this. It's really nice because while you're recording, you can use the gimbal and you can control the different directions that it goes, which is nice. So this is fancy. And then you can use it to take pictures with, you can record video, you can even do slow-mo. But it's really nice because, of course, it has the attachment where you can hold on with the camera strap on the side, and then it even has a mount which you can attach it to a tripod. Now, the only problem with that is the PowerEgg X is pretty heavy. It's definitely not light. But you can see it's nice and it's smooth because, of course, the camera has the 3-axis gimbal on it that it would use while it's flying as well. But I really just wanted to bring this out so you could get a feel for how it works and what it does. It connects to the screen using its own internal Wi-Fi signal, and whenever you take the cap off, there's actually a barcode on the inside of the PowerEgg X, which allows you to connect to it and set it up that way. And then you use the same internal SD card that is inside of the drone. So pretty cool. We'll go ahead and move it up and down here a little bit so you can kind of get a feel for how well this gimbal works. And then, like I was showing you a second ago, you can adjust the gimbal and look left, right, up or down. It even has follow me mode. Do a little bit of walking here just so you can get a feel for how well the gimbal works and what some of the footage does, but it seems to work pretty nice. The only thing that is a little frustrating, there's a little bit of a delay on the monitor because it's got to transmit the signal to the screen wirelessly, but it's still pretty neat that you can do this because you can use it for so many different applications, not just using it as a drone, but also the waterproof feature and then using it in AI camera mode as well. It gives you this whole trifecta of really cool technology all at the palm of your hand or your fingertip or the control. Alright, that's all I've got on my review and demonstration of the PowerEgg X. Like you saw, it was really versatile. We tested it out in AI camera mode, we went out and demonstrated it in flight mode, showed off some of the cool capabilities, and we also showed it off in the water mode. So I think it's really cool for the right person who wants a really easy to fly drone that has a ton of versatility. You can use it for action, you can use it for boating, you can use it just for flying, you can use it for aerial photography. So many different practical applications. It starts off at about $800 if you just want the drone, which of course allows you to fly, and you can use it in AI mode. $900 or so, and you can get it with the all-weather package, so you can put the little plastic capsule on it. You can fly it whenever it's raining outside. And then if you pay a little over $1,000, you can get the complete total package that includes the pontoons, the plastic waterproof capsule, and the drone itself. So there's different pricing options for whatever your level of need is whenever it comes to this drone. So if you just want to fly it around and have the AI camera mode, it's not as expensive, but like you saw, it has a lot of practical application. It's really cool, and I don't really think there's anything else like this in the drone industry. I was really excited about this. I'm glad I finally got to test it out. I ran into the PowerVision guys when I was at CES, so big thanks to them for sending this out for me to test out and review for you guys. Had a blast, and this is the PowerEgg X. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.